Okay, hi friends, it's Angie. Um, Another thing I've been avoiding, I'm trying to wade through the things I've been avoiding the last week. And in the first instance, this is going to be unlisted. And I really want to extend compassion to Brian Harvey because I believe he has practically zero income. I believe he has been persecuted and targeted almost to death. I also believe he has some skeletons in his past, which, as a pop star, you would expect. So, Brian, I'm gonna go through the evidence and share this with you unlisted, and ask you to respond because my heart actually breaks for you, and I might be wrong. I might be just a fool, but if the heart is worth anything, my heart tells me you are genuine. And I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to be brave, right? I believe you gave your life to Jesus after you got run over and you said, look, I've got nothing left. Will you help me, please, Jesus? Will you show yourself to me? There is a process where you don't have to clean yourself up or clean your act up. And look at me, I've been saved like, I don't know how many, 40 years or something. Still smoke, still curse, still abuse alcohol from time to time. But I just want to give you some advice to help you go to the next level in your Christian walk. And one is, in the book of Galatians, when Paul is giving advice to a new young church, and he says, if you just want two bottom lines, don't eat meat sacrificed to idols. And to me, that's like, don't take bribes. Don't take the blackmail. Don't take the bung, And the other thing is, don't indulge in sexual immorality. And I have questions for you, Brian. I couldn't say this to your face, probably just melt with embarrassment. But why do you keep dating glamour girls? And, that may or may not be part of your lifestyle. But if you want to go with biblical principles, don't sleep with anybody that you're not married to. So I do believe you've got enough love in you to be married again, although it won't be an easy ride for whoever, would marry you. But, I used to say to my sons, because, when you've got sons and there's an epidemic of single parenthood, I used to say to them, never, ever, ever sleep with somebody that you wouldn't be happy to marry, Otherwise you create another single parent child. So I'm just now, and I know you and both Nikki Lee are past the childbearing age, so that's not the issue. But I'm still saying, for your mental health, either make the commitment to Nikki Lee and also ask her for a commitment. Say, look, give up your work, whatever part of it's not pleasing to God, I don't know. But certainly be faithful and make a commitment before God and man. Marriage is just a commitment before God and witnesses to be faithful to each other and put each other first, And there's a lot of good things about your relationship with Nikki, so maybe some of that is going on. Anyway, so sorry for sticking my nose in there. The other thing I wanted to say to you was, like, I have been sent intel about your daughter who's 17, who's apparently dating a guy who masturbates online on adult sex, like Callie Diamond style adult sex sites, doing very unpleasant things. And I know you probably are frustrated with not having much influence over your daughter's life. But if you do the right thing, if you just put your sex life in order, you know, and maybe face up to some past sins, maybe God will then take it to the next level. I think he will. I think he absolutely adores you. Right, so I'm going to share a lot of the evidence I've got. Let me go share screen. Hold on. So share screen. And this is just unlisted for now, Brian. And, you know, let's work this shit out because I do believe you're genuine. So this is Jesus for the most part. And he's got ADHD. And so do I, but my brain doesn't tie in with his. And he won't do audio on his evidence. But he's shown me some pretty convincing evidence that your name was used, Brian. A few more messages. Your name was used for 2 companies associated with Finchley Road. I think Brian Harvey and Brian Lee Harvey. And then your dad's name, like your dad is a tax consultant. So there's all sorts of messages here, and I'm saying, look, I don't get it. But I can show you, like, stop and look at this shit if you want to. Gordon Bowden, the BBC. You know, I think one of the most damning, this is just absolutely crucial evidence. But Joanne Solis, this woman, her husband, ex-husband, was featured in the bailiffs can't pay, we'll take it away kind of program, and linked to Levi Belfield in the security firm he worked for. And what is that, Brian? What is that? Now, I know you're very sweet and polite, so if she showed up in your face, you would do your best, you know, like you did when you were a pop star, to be nice to the fans, not knowing if they were psychopaths or sociopaths. But that was Joanne Solis, who, in my opinion, infiltrated Gordon Bowden and got him to cover up her connections to Finchley Road. But what I have to ask you about, Brian, is your connections to Finchley Road. All right. Now, I do think Jesus is a bit influenced by Abraham Christie, and thinks you're the enemy. And, you know, I follow the facts, but I also follow my heart. So I just want to ask you, like, I'll share any of this with you, Brian. But this is distressing information. And I want to know what it's about. I can't even get my brain around processing everything that Jesus sends me because he doesn't narrate it and my brain works differently. '21st century. Right, so there's a lot of information there, Brian, but you know where I'm going. Like, if you want to do a Zoom with me and let's deal with this shit, and you help me, I'll go through those things. You know, I'll go through all that information from Jesus, but it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Ricky Dearman's connected to Finchley Road. Karen Irving is connected to Finchley Road. All these people, and I believe that you live very modestly, even though you've got a good studio set up. And, you know, people have even tried to infer that you do photography for the glamour model industry as a sideline. You know, I don't want to judge again, but I'm against all of that. I'm against fulfilling men's fantasies who want to see somebody dress up as their daughter. No, I don't think it's healthy. I don't. I really don't. As a man thinketh, so is he. That's a proverb. So look, Brian, I'm sending you this unlisted, and I don't want to go delve into this whole thing, but I do want to help you. I do want to help you. I see you still have a channel, and maybe like me, you've just been depressed and not wanting to broadcast. I'm praying for you. That's all I can say. And you know, let's look at that stuff. Your dad's the thread goes on for ages, but it's got stuff about your dad being a tax consultant, and your mum and your sister, and it all ties back to Finchley Road. But the weird thing is, on the two fraudulent companies that were listed in your name, you're not down as a director or secretary, but Tony Mortimer is, and I think all the other band members. So look, it's not for me to judge. Not at all. Not at all. But I do feel like I want to help. All right. God bless. Pray for me as well. Like, just pray for me as well. It's hard to stay alive or keep the will to live. Like, have the will to live override the urge to fucking die. So that's for you, Brian. And do get back to me, and we'll do a Zoom. My ideal is we'll do a Zoom, we'll put this to bed, and you'll get back up on your feet, because there's so much shit out online about me. You know, oh my God, she did this, she did that. Oh my God, oh my God. And if somebody just has the guts to ask me, I will answer every question. All right. God bless.